Another round of BSR Trophy Tuesday action meant another win for Jason Cooper last week, holding his points lead far and away over the rest of the competition. Sam Smith takes an overall win to extend his Pro-Am lead at Road America, and now, with 5 races to go, our best points race is on for Amateur, and we're kicking off the second half at Mosport. Hello and welcome to Pit Stop TV in the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. I'm Andrew Cardona IV with JP Costa alongside. And JP, Mosport's track map couldn't be much farther from that of Road America. Long sweepers, elevation change, even a hairpin at Moss Corner. Much different from straight lines and right angles last week.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a more challenging racetrack. I guess it's more technical, we can say, Andrew, but it's just as fun. You know, I absolutely love this racing course. It's dear to me because it was the second racetrack I raced on iRacing. I suffered quite a bit on it, but it was a good learning curve, and I'm pretty sure the drivers, well, some of them, Andrew, will suffer. The elevation change, as you mentioned, the long sweeping corners, they're definitely going to catch some drivers out.
Into the sim now, and you can see it's a bright, sunny day in virtual Bowmanville, Ontario. It's going to be a good one, I think, for round number 6 here today. This is what you like to see. We get a lot of British weather in the British rounds here with BSR, but it's good to open the day on a sunny note. Yeah, a few clouds in the sky, but it's looking like a fine day for racing here in the virtual virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. There we go. You can see the track map. That's what I was talking about. Very, very different from what we saw last week at Road America. Sweeping curves, turn 1. It's not really named, it's just turn 1. But turn 2 and 2A, Clayton Corner. That's your first big elevation change, JP. You do drop down into turn 1 a little bit. You do kind of have that fighting against you, almost helping you if you can hit the curbing just right, but otherwise it fights against you on exit. You're liable to run out wide. Then turn 2, you really drop down through that corner. And again, you can run out wide very easily because the track falls away from you before you get down to Quebec Corner. Almost feels like a hairpin. It almost feels like turn 11 at Sonoma, just a little bit longer, and it opens up on exit as you gradually get down towards turn 4 and Moss Corner. That's that exciting hairpin where a lot of battles tend to come to a precipice. There's either contact or maybe a big move, and either somebody spinning or what have you. So many things can happen down there in the turn 5 complex.
Absolutely, and I guess that's going to be the common point, Andrew, where we're going to see errors, because how often do we see drivers just carrying a bit too much speed, and as soon as they dip a wheel onto the grass, well, that's pretty much you're going off the racetrack. Then obviously you head into the Mario Andretti straightaway, a massive straightaway, and you turn 6 and 7 right there, but it's flat out throughout it. And obviously then you just line yourself for turn number 8. We saw plenty of moves, especially last lap moves, Andrew. Obviously you're from North America, you're more familiar with NASCAR. That's going to be, you know, the action point, the SS turns 9. And then turn 10, you can really try to get a good X and carry a bit more speed through turn 9 to maybe look down the inside of turn 10. And we saw that on Pit Stop TV. Most of the time, Andrew, that happens on the last lap. One of the drivers involved, he's not going to be too happy about it.
Yeah, we've seen tons of contact through the years of NASCAR truck racing here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in turns 9 and 10, especially White's Corner there, the final corner up onto the front stretch. And that start-finish line being a little ways down the front stretch as well is going to complicate some finishes here today. I think we'll see some big side-by-side battles, switchbacks maybe through the S's and into White's Corner, and potentially some contact. We've seen it before, like I said, in NASCAR, so it is certainly not too far off the mind. Let's check out our point standings coming into today after exactly one half of our season so far. Jason Cooper leading the way, as I mentioned. James Neave second place, Lars Fisher there in third, Adam McNally in the 4th spot, Andy McEwen jumps up to 5th, and JP, the top 4 did not move. The differences changed, but those positions and where those drivers sit in the top 4 did not change at all after last week at Road America. So it was a lot of the same in that regard, but you saw guys like Sam Smith able to go up there and get a race win. Jason Cooper only got 1 win last week, so that drops him below 50% now. Lars Fisher got a win. Things changed as far as top spot, but in the middle it seemed like the cream still rose to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, and I guess, you know, the battle, Andrew, obviously, you know, the top 4, they're still going to battle amongst them if they can get close to each other. But, you know, back there, you have a few close battles. McNally and McEwen only separated by 8 points, it looks like. And then, obviously, Sam Smith, as you mentioned, had a really good round, got some distance over Thortulo. And then, obviously, Craig Schill. I mean, that's the battle I guess we have our eyes on, Andrew. Craig Schill and Alistair Hatcher only separated by 28 points. And then, for third place, Duncan Cope and Fiona Siddons, 1 point amongst them.
Yep, the amateur battles are definitely quite good at this point in the season. I think Alistair Hatcher's getting to the point where he can really contend with Craig Schill. It started out early this season where Alistair was just a few steps behind. He joined in late last season and was just steps behind his teammates, and he has completely changed that in the last few rounds, has gotten to where he can contend properly with Craig Schill, and I think that's going to be a very good amateur championship battle between those two as the season goes on. And look at that, Nathan Davies is down there with him, albeit in a different championship category. And in Pro-Am, it's not all that far apart. You know, Sam Smith and Thor, they're still close, and a couple of bad rounds for Sam Smith could absolutely change things and put Thor back in control of that Pro-Am championship. But as it stands, with only 3 Pro-Ams in the top 20, and they're all quite separated, it doesn't look like much is going to change currently. We'll have to see how things look, obviously, next week into Watkins Glen. And speaking of Watkins Glen, here's a look at our schedule. It is next up after this evening. It's Canadian Tire tonight, Watkins Glen next week, then Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, then Daytona and Sebring to finish things up in the, with the length of May. So a lot of great racetracks coming up. I think it starts, well, we've been saying it starts with tonight. I think the back half starting here at Mosport is a pretty good trend.
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic, Andrew. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Obviously, now we're in Canada, right? Yeah, Canadian Tire, we are in Canada. And then obviously we stay in the United States for amazing racetracks. But that's, next up. Now we need to focus on practice. And for the first time in a while, I don't see the number 1 in the top 10. Is he on the grid, actually?
I don't see him in the session at all. Remember, he missed 1 round last season. That was Donington Park to open things up. Maybe pulling the same kind of thing here. So I don't believe the drop has been applied to points yet. We should get, I believe it's 2 rounds fully dropped off of the standings. So there's still a lot going to change with these standings. Take everything with a grain of salt, but these are the battles as they look. This, I guess, is one of those rounds that Jason's just opted to go ahead and drop automatically. He's had great rounds every other week, so I don't know that this is any kind of problem for him. So yeah, no 1 car in the field. That leaves Adam Delmont currently on pole in car 77. Michael Seal less than a 10th back. And there is the Time for Fun Motorsport, number 57, as he works down to turn number 2. Casper DeCourt in the top 3. Adam McNally in 4th. Andy McEwen makes up your top 5. And Lars Fischer down the order as well. It seems like without Jason here, 5-Star Motorsport just a little bit off.
And maybe the track as well. Obviously, I guess Jason is, kind of missing maybe, not a lot of practice amongst them. But yeah, they're definitely suffering the 5-Star Motorsport. We saw them dominating qualifying so many times. You're seeing Jamie Gulliford currently in 10th place, a really good qualifying session for him. 2nd place in the Pro-Am class, just behind Sam Smith, who's in 7th. Clark in 12th place, Cockrell in 13th. Then we have Nathan Davies, Duncan Cope, and yeah, Stimson. Oh, and there you go, Andrew.
Ashley Stimson goes around, in turn 5 and collects Michael Seal. Ashley Stimson and Liam Stimson now sporting the same livery as, the same livery with different color as we saw debuted last week by, I gotta think here, Craig Cockrell and Sam Smith. You can see Sam Smith in the pit lane right about there. New paint schemes for those SimTech Racing Excite Energy cars. It seems like there's an Excite SimTech and then a SimTech Racing, or a SimTech Excite. So it seems like there's a slight difference there, and it seems like Sam Smith, Craig Cockrell, and the Simpsons, they're kind of SimTech first, then Excite, and it seems like our guys at the top, Delmont, McNally, they're Excite, then SimTech. I'm not sure how that works, just going off of paint schemes here, but at least that's kind of the vibe we get. So, I like the bit of variety.
Yeah, me too. Variety is always good, and yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it works out. You can see Gulliford just making his way out of turn number 1, and Andrew, you mentioned, how turn number 1 is kind of a dip. And I guess it just showed perfectly. Gulliford electing to take kind of a tight entry line into.
He's not really digging right here. He's off pace.
Okay,
so he's already finished up his lap. He can't turn another one. Now he comes to a stop at the bottom of Clayton Curve. Clark, though, is still digging. I don't think he can turn another lap. I think he got to the line too late, but he's going to try. And yeah, certainly he's not going to get back around.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of time, but Andrew, practice is good, especially on sections like that, and you can see how close drivers are having to get close to that dirt on the outside, and if you dip just a single wheel, it's going to be not the best roller coaster ride you've seen. You're definitely going to spin out, if not, hit the wall if you just run off too wide. And now heading into the biggest straightaway we have on the course, Andrew, do you think we're going to see a lot of moves happening around here, or probably down into turn 10?
Yes.
Yes for number 1 or yes for number 2?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yes, that's a blanket yes to both. We're going to see moves all over the racetrack. We've seen that with these guys. We know these races are wild. Yes, expect moves everywhere as we get ready for round number 6 this season. Let's go ahead and go down trackside and take a look then at our starting grid. On pole, it's car 77. You can see him just on the left side of your screen there. Adam Delmont with our fastest qualifying time of the day. Michael Seal goes second. Starting third, you'll find Casper DeCourt in car 5. Then Adam McNally in car 78. Starting 5th, you've got Andy McEwen in car 4, and it's car 7, James Neve, technically his teammate in BSRTC, not so much here, but affiliated, I'm sure, here in the 6th position. Starting on the inside of row number 4, Sam Smith. That is your Pro-Am pole sitter. Lars Fisher, after winning race 1 last week, will start 8th. And starting 9th and 10th, Nick Clivens in 2nd place in Pro-Am, Jamie Gulliford.
11th place, we're going to have Chris Knox. Alongside him, James Clark in 12th place on the number 20. In 13th place, starting row number 7, we're going to have Craig Cockrell, the 3rd place in the Pro-Am class. Alongside him, Nathan Davies in 14th place on his number 22. Starting row number 8, on the inside, we're going to have Duncan Cope. On the outside, 16th place, we're going to have Liam Silkstone. Duncan Cope, the amateur pole sitter. Row number 9, we're going to have Ashley Stimson on the inside and Adam Fox on the outside in 18th place. And Andrew, row number 10, we're going to have Liam Stimson and Roger Morton.
7 more cars make up our grid. Those are Alistair Hatcher, Thor Tullo, Craig Schill, Douglas Stewart, Mark Oliver, Glenn Humberstone, and Fiona Siddons, all the way back in 27th starting position. And for Fiona, it's an awkward starting spot as well. Way back here in turn 10 in the curve. There's some bumps there on exit that might get that car a little bit unsettled, and some of these guys ahead of her as well, trying to start off it and get that wheel spin off the launch. Might have some trouble over some of those bumps in turn 10. We'll see if they're able to get the power down effectively and efficiently without issue. Our race leaders, well, race leaders, but our top of the grid though, ready for red lights now, green lights on the way, and Barney the flagman is going to get that flag waving. Wait for it. Barney always likes to tease us. Green flag is out at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Through Clayton Corner and a couple of cars off. I see 2 X-Lite cars out there. It's hard to say. Craig Cockrell and Liam Silkstone.
Unfortunately for them, looks like one of them hit the tire barriers, and unfortunately it looks like once again now exiting turn number 3. You can see down into turn number 4, and we're almost going 3 wide. I didn't expect to see this on lap number 1. You can see the rest of the field making their way now into Moss Corner. This is where the fun lies, Andrew. Are we going to see anyone going to Waterfield drivers clipping the curb? But looks like an orderly Moss Corner.
Oh, contact on exit. I think that's Nathan Davies involved, and yes, it is. Car 22 has got problems. Davies turned around with James Clark, and Davies is destroyed.
Yeah, looks like this is going to be the end, the early end of Davies' race. Really unfortunate to see. You can see the top 4 very close to one another. We might see a few moves right here. No, not quite close enough, Andrew. But you can see a few drivers taking different lines. This could really help them. Could we see a move this early on into turn number 10? Yes, we're seeing a driver looking down the inside. No, that was a defensive move. But on exit, he's really going to be hurting.
1 lap of the books here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Our leaders head off to turn 1. Michael Seal in 2nd spot, battling here with McNally and Casper DeCourt. Just 2 cars stopped after lap number 1, those being Craig Cockrell with a lot of damage, and Nathan Davies as well. Ashley Stimson went for a spin, it looks like, or might have started from the pit lane and even went for a spin. She is well off pace. We're going to go with she, I think. I'm not entirely certain there, but regardless, back up to the front. Some battles here. James Neve, Sam Smith. They swap spots.
Yeah, they swap spot, but looks like this is not going to be over too soon. You can see Lars Fisher trying to use any sort of gap to maybe find his way past, but looks like he was unable to do so this time around into Moss Corner. You can see up ahead maybe a few moves. Everybody very close, Andrew, and you can see there McEwen spun around on exit. No.
Andy McEwen with big problems there in car 4, trying to get back going, trying to get him on the broadcast. There you go. He keeps going out of turn 5. So he won race 2 last week. I'm kind of surprised to see him make an early mistake here at Canadian Tire, but he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be... Well, he still has 12 minutes, Andrew. He wishes he had 20 minutes to try and find his way back through the field, but unfortunately, he's going to struggle a little bit. And I'm pretty sure, Andrew, I think we saw this before in the season where a car just clipped the bumper and ended up spinning around. And you can see down into turn number 4 and up into Moss Corner. He's going to get really close to the number 5 of Casper DeCord. And then on exit, you're going to see he just hits him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even a mistake that he made, just gets into Casper, and unfortunately, iRacing determines that, hey, Andy, it's your turn for a spin.
Yeah, really unfortunately. Luckily for him, though, he did not hit the wall, so no damage. And yeah, that's going to be the good side of that instant for him. He can try to get a few positions, and obviously, Andrew, now it's going to be a gamble on the invert to see if he's going to benefit. But you can see further behind, Casper DeCord, Sam Smith, and Lars Fischer. They're all going at it. I think, is that James Neve as well? No, that's Nick Clibbins and Chris Knox as well. A lot of drivers in this battle right here. And you can see, whoa.
Chris Knox all over the curbing. Super sends it through turn 5, gets alongside of Clibbins, but Clibbins going to have the advantage out of the corner, takes that spot back away. Neve just ahead of these guys. You can see Lars Fischer up the road as well. Their leaders head down the Mario Andretti straightaway, and I think Seal is getting a challenge. Yes, he's going to go to the outside here of Delmont. McNally's going to go with his teammates. So McNally drove Seal up alongside of his teammate, but then sided with him into turn 8, and now looks like around the outside. Michael Seal with the advantage. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. You can see Delmont still stuck in around the outside. He's going to have the inside for turn number 10. He's going to be able to hold it. They're going to go side by side. Seal's going to go wide. That's going to allow Delmont's teammate, McNally, to go side by side, maybe. Looks like, yeah, no. So they go kind of help each other. Casper DeCord has the fastest lap of the race. He's going to go side by side with Seal, who's trying to go side by side of McNally. We're almost going 3 wide. Now Casper DeCord is going to be challenged by Sam Smith. Wow.
Smith at the inside of the 5 car. Got there through the corner, but is not able to take position away. And now Sam Smith has to sit back in that position number 5 once more. With Lars Fischer up the inside. There goes Lars, and 3 wide ahead. Seal on the left side. Oh, McNally moves over on him. Almost contact there. There might have been.
I think there was a little bit of contact. 3 wide into turn number 4. Down into 5. This is not going to end well, boys. Casper hits the grass. He avoids contact somehow. He's going to still have the inside. He hits the curb. He loses a bit of the car. McNally and Seal make a little bit of contact, and they hold position. What racing is this, Andrew? This is fantastic.
And look at the 5-star teammates. They swap spots. Fischer now ahead of Casper DeCord. They're going to draft on the left side of the straightaway. Sam Smith on the right side there of Casper DeCord. James Neve joining the fight. Adam Delmont is checked out. And we'll go down to turn 8 one more time. Here we go. 9 minutes to go now in this race.
Only 9 minutes to go, but I mean, Andrew, now I wish this race was 20 minutes. If we can see more of this, this is fantastic.
Well,
you can see there
3 more races to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But this one, well, I wish this one, it didn't end. This is going to be a fantastic day of racing. As you can see, it's definitely not over. Sam Smith looks like he's challenging Casper DeCord for 5th place. Sam is absolutely... Oh, as McNally throws a move down the inside of Seal at the last moment, trying to catch him off guard. Seal is going to have a good run on the outside and might retain that position. You can see he already clears him. But McNally, Andrew, he's not holding back one bit. And Sam Smith, he's definitely not... I guess he's not underestimating. He's not afraid to battle the pro guys.
Battle here for 2nd through about 8th position, 9th position, almost 10th as Jamie Gulliford is able to look on. Really, it is 2nd through 10th in a line of cars. Let's go on board of Gulliford as he's got a great view with this line of machines. Headed down to turn 5 now. 1 car up the inside. That is Chris Knox. Takes a look there at Casper DeCord. Thinks better of it. No, that was actually Sam Smith. Chris Knox is just behind Sam Smith. As Clibbins goes out wide on exit. Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Fantastic stuff. And all of this helped Delmont create a 1.7 gap. At one point, this all was created because Seal closed up the gap to to Delmont and really challenge, but unfortunately you can see he's already checking out a little bit. Now McNally is falling under pressure from Lars Fischer, who's gonna go a nose ahead as they head into the braking zone of turn number 8. They're gonna go side by side through the S's. Fischer on the inside of 9. He's gonna have the outside of 10. Can McNally hold it? Yes, he can. He's still gonna be in there. Look at Casper de Kort. He's gonna have to brake a little bit. He's gonna help his teammate, or he's gonna make it 3 wide. Looks like 3 wide it is.
Oh, Casper thinks better of it. He thought about it, and he gets right to the right rear there of his teammate, but holds off of him. No contact. That's going to open the door, though, to Sam Smith on the right side, and Chris Knox potentially anywhere he wants to go. Car 23 is always aggressive as they make contact, and Smith is off in the dirt. Saves it, gets back on just behind. And contact there between teammates. Smith gets back on. Clippins is sideways. They're still racing. Now there's a crash.
No.
Multiple cars involved here in turn 3. The back corner rather difficult for these guys.
And it all started down into turn, maybe even turn number 1, Andrew. We saw Casper de Kort and Lars Fischer making a little bit of contact. But it looks like on the turn 2 on the exit was really where all the action happened. You're going to see over here McNally is holding the inside line. Then Casper de Kort gets the racing line, kind of makes a little bit of contact with his teammate. But on exit is where the action happens.
This is the turn number 2. Side by side. There's the contact with Knox and Smith. And then there's issues with our well, I'm trying to find them now. Teammates there. They make contact. Knox gets on by. Clibbins comes over. He's drifting in the grass, comes back on, and gets Casper de Kort, and that's where the crash begins, really. Well, the crash part of the crash, anyway.
Yeah. And, Andrew, rule number 1 of racing, never crash into your teammate. And unfortunately, that's exactly...
That might not be rule number 1, but it's up there.
Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately for them, they definitely broke that rule, regardless of the number, which is really going to be unfortunate. They were running such a good position. But, well, that's going to promote a lot of guys. You can see Duncan and Cope now up into 10th place. And, well, we have a new leader in Pro-Am.
Yeah, Jamie Gulliford gets that spot over Liam Stimpson now. Thortillo just behind them, and Sam Smith down the order. Sam is in 19th spot and is slow again. Just lost a couple more spots wide in turn 1. Down to 19th. Wow. Thortillo, Casper de Kort side by side. Tillo loses that spot. Duncan Cope looks on.
Yeah, now Duncan Cope is going to try to get advantage.
That was a great save from Casper. Yeah. He got real sideways.
Yeah, and he's going to lose yet another position. You can see Duncan Cope looking down the inside.
Oh, gets into him.
The kind of a slide job was that?
He was trying. Casper takes that spot back away. Almost flips the car off the curbing. Oh, man. I love the way these guys nail those curbs in Moss Corner. That's just so cool to watch. McEwen back into the top 12, working now on Douglas Stewart. A big run out of turn 5, and he's going to take it and follow Casper de Kort, try and get a suck, try and get a draft on this straightaway.
He's definitely going to be getting the suck, Andrew. Oh,
come on now.
All right, he gets the position. Looks like I can't do it. Take over.
Adam McNally, second place, moves ahead of Michael Seal. A battle for 4th as well. Gulliford and Neve nose to tail. Knox behind as, here we go, Thortillo side by side with Liam Stimpson. This is for 2nd in Pro-Am. Duncan Cope just behind as they work through turn 10. Thortillo has to give up for his 2nd there. Liam Stimpson, car 520, takes it away. Duncan Cope looks to the right side. Here comes Casper de Kort back on them all. They work down to turn number 1. Casper on the outside. Andy McEwen pulls up. And Andy now is in 11th. He got by Douglas Stewart. He goes into 10th now. Gets on by Duncan Cope. Big move there in turn 2.
Yeah, big move. You can see back now into the top 10. Andrew, really good comeback race for him. We're going to have to wait and see. He still has 3 minutes and 30.
Well, it's all because he got the suck on the backstretch.
Oh, there you go. You're going to make me crack again? And not going to work this time. You didn't catch me off guard, but he's doing a fantastic job now. He's going to try to push the number 5. And this is where the contact happened, Andrew. This is deja vu.
Oh, everybody looks good through turn 5 so far. McEwen hanging off of Casper de Kort a little bit. I think that's a good idea, given how things have gone for him recently. Michael Seal, though, going to make a move, it looks like, on McNally. Pushing him right now, actually. They want to go catch Adam Delmont. They don't want this race to be over, but they are 3.4, almost 3.5 seconds back of the leader. I don't think they're catching anybody. So at this point, they're just trying to make sure they put as much time on the board as possible. In case they do start battling on that last lap, you don't want to have a problem and let Gulliford come on through, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not quite sure what the game plan is for Michael Seal. Maybe he's just waiting for the final lap of the race, Andrew, to try and just get the move done and dusted. But obviously, if he makes a single mistake, he's not going to be as close as he was on this lap. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Back here, you can see that was Neve and Chris Knox battling for 5th place. So they're quite close, and Gulliford just ahead of them. And as you can see, even more cars at Fiona Siddons as we head into, well, the S's. It looks like Fiona's going to yield that position for the time being. As we cut back racing on turn number 1, you can see that's Casper the Court making a move, trying to go around the outside of turn number 2. You often don't see that. He's going to try to line him up on the exit, trying to pass Liam Stimson.
Liam hanging on to that spot. We briefly saw Roger Morton battling with Nick Clemmons. That caught my eye at first, and then the battle itself caught my eye in the foreground there in turn 2. As Stimson has that spot. He might lose it here in turn 4, though. Casper Court looks to the inside. Falls in behind him for now. But in turn 5, does Casper find a place to make a move? Not yet. They've worked on by Thortillo. So now just having to contend with car 520 if they want to get out in front of this line. Fucking Cope behind him. They hold steady. Adam McNally, Michael Seal, they've lost time in this last lap to Adam Delmont.
Yeah, they lost a little bit of time, and you can see further behind Andrew Delmont, well, absolutely checking out. He lost a bit of pace on the, I guess, start to mid part of the race. He kind of fell back, but, well, he's definitely checking out right here. You can see Neve trying to make his way past Chris Knox. Looks like both of them got past Gulliford this lap. A mistake from the 599. He's still leading his class by, well, around 5 seconds, so pretty good as we enter the final lap of the race, Andrew. Final lap for these guys. It looks like McEwen got past Casper the Court as well.
White flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams, and there's a battle here to turn 1. Casper the Court staggered, looked to go 3 wide, couldn't do it. It's McEwen just off the nose of the 5 car, trying to get by Liam Stimson. This would be for 7th position, and every point is everything at this point in the season. You've got to try and go and get those points. So for McEwen, this is important. For Casper, this is important. For Stimson, this is important. All of these guys need to hang on to all of these spots so vitally here for their season as they work through that corner. Up front, Adam Delmont. He's not won much this season, but he's putting one together here in race number 1 at Mosport through Moss Corner for the final time in race 1. And I think car 77 is about to earn himself one big old W as McNally leads Seal out of turn 5. Knox got on by Neve and Gulliford. You mentioned that last lap. And Stimson still hanging on to that spot over car 4.
And this could all change, Andrew, as we head into the final lap of the race. The number 77 dominating. I'm pretty sure he led each and every single lap of this race. So a fantastic job by him as he's going to head into the S's, taking quite a bit wider line to catch the curb on the exit of 8. Head into turn number 9, and then obviously just nail turn number 10 to finish off. Looks like we have a battle for 2nd place. Yeah, these two are going at it. Turn number 10, Seal on the inside. McNally is going to try to cut back. Seal parks it on the apex. He's going to have 2nd place. Oh, what a save by Chris Knox. Is that it? Yes, he's going to lose a position to Gulliford, does he? No, looks like he's finished for 6th place. There we go.
And look at this battle across the line as well. McEwen dropped a spot to Casper the Court. The battle for 7 still goes the way of Liam Stimson. Fantastic stuff there. We'll get a replay or two before things are done. Delmont wins race 1. 5 seconds behind him is Michael Seal. Get back to our flag stand shot here. McNally there in 3rd. Then James Neve, Jamie Gulliford, Chris Knox, Liam Stimson, Casper the Court, Andy McEwen, and Thortillo, your top 10 in its entirety. And that is Adam Delmont's 3rd win on the season, his first since race number 2 at Donington Park in round number 2. He won the first 2 race 2s of the season at Silverstone and Donington and has not won since.
That's pretty good, Andrew. It's not often we see someone else that is not named James Cooper to win race number 1, is it? So good job from him. Let's see where he picks up from now. He still has 3 races to try and repeat what Cooper has done for nearly each and every single round to win 50% of the races.
That was Ashley Stimson across the line, finishing our race officially. And we'll see if any results adjust. Let's go ahead and get ready then. You know what? Let's go through our results first here, JP, and see kind of how things might change. Here we go. Adam Delmont wins. Michael Seal 2nd. Adam McNally there 3rd. Then it's James Neve, Jamie Gulliford, your Pro-Am winner. Then it's Chris Knox, Liam Stimson, Casper the Court, Andy McEwen, and Thortillo.
11th place goes the way of Duncan Cope, Douglas Stewart in 12th, Nick Clemens 13th, Adam Fox 14th, Roger Morton, Craig Schill, and Sam Smith. 18th place goes the way of Lars Fisher, Alistair Hatcher in 19th, and Liam Silkson in 20th place.
21st through 27th looks like this. It's Clark, Siddons, Oliver, Humberstone, Simpson, Davies, and Cockrell back here. Davies and Cockrell both out of the race, 9 laps down, and just a 10-lap race. That tells you how their races went. Clark and Siddons very close at the end. Oliver over Humberstone, and Simpson kind of just on her own there. Go ahead and then bring up our spinny wheel, JP, for the first time today. What do you say we get a look here at how we might change this field around? I'm excited to see how our inverts go today. There's a lot of racing room here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. There's also a lot of room for error. There's also a lot of ways to make those errors.
Yeah, absolutely. And with nearly a full on invert, that was going to be an interesting way to start the day. 19th though, Andrew, well, that's going to be a whole lot of people's inverting positions, and well, that should make it a lot of fun.
So just to refresh this in your minds here, you see Alistair Hatcher goes 19th. He will now start on pole. Then it's Lars Fisher starting second. I didn't even know Lars Fisher dropped down to the 18th spot, but yes, definitely not where he wanted to finish. So you can see kind of how things are going to be affected there. Sam Smith, by the way, just finishes ahead of Lars Fisher after their issue with Nick Clibbins and Casper DeCourt. How that kind of went. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, at some of the replays there to the end of the race. There's a lot that happened.
Yeah, quite a bit of action we had in this first race, Andrew. It was a fantastic race, not gonna lie. I really loved it. And looks like we're watching the final lap between McNally and Michael Seal, is it?
Should be the final lap. We'll see here in a moment as they drop down through turn 4. Michael Seal trying to get this position on McNally, and eventually he does, but how does he do it here? Michael Seal in the 3rd spot through turn 5. I'd imagine it's just going to take a draft up to turn 8. We talked about it. Into the S's and through White's corner, there's going to be contact. There's going to be moves that we see, especially at the end of these races. It's not like at Daytona and Talladega in NASCAR, where you know at a turn 4, that's when you've got to make your move. You've got to get to the outside. You got to try and get a run on somebody. And here we go. Seal takes it to the outside there of McNally. Goes on by. But that's not the end of the story.
Absolutely not. You can see McNally. He's going to switch to the outside, try to get a good run. Looks like he's going to open a little bit, and he's going to carry a bit more speed on the outside, Andrew. That's going to give him the inside of turn number 9. And then he notices, obviously, at this point, well, he's not going to have the best line. He tries to maybe get a cutback line, but Seal kind of parks it on the apex perfectly. And unfortunately, it looks like he touches a little bit of the wall and kills his momentum.
You see Neve over Gulliford and Knox there. I want to see how Chris Knox lost that 3rd spot. Or 4th spot, rather. So Knox was, leading this battle anyways, was 4th out of turn 5. And you'll see now with the replay, he's still in that spot as they head up through 6 and 7 on the Andretti straightaway. And there goes Neve to the inside. He's going to bring his teammate Gulliford on through. A little more cut and dry than I thought it would have been.
I was expecting maybe a little bit more as well, but we might see a little bit of action. Obviously, the number 23 had quite a bit of action, Andrew, on the final corner of that absolutely incredible save. And you can see he kind of uses quite a bit of curb on turn number 9. And then right here, he tries to get the cutback, hits that curb, jumps the carb, somehow saves it. He's going to lose both positions, but wow.
Liam Simpson over Casper DeCourt. That's how these guys finish across the line. And McEwen goes in that 3rd spot in that battle, 9th overall. Cortolo in 10th. Duncan Cope wins an amateur, but goes 11th on the racetrack when it's all said and done. So that's how it all kind of broke down there at the end. JP, feelings after race 1?
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. You know how happy I was with the invert. It should be a whole lot more fun, Andrew. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. And, well, luckily it's only in a few minutes.
And Liam Silkstone is letting us know in the chat that our dice roll, our spinny wheel, is not favoring him today, and he thinks it's stupid. And I can't disagree, but he finishes 20th there and will not get the invert. And, yeah, he's got his work cut out for him here in race number 2 coming up in just a few moments. Stick with us here at Pit Stop TV. We've got 3 more races to go here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome back to the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. It's been a fun one so far, and I say that after just one race here at JP. Fantastic action in race number 1. Definitely one of the better races already this season, and you know, we're only one race into the day. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. A lot more draft battles, a lot more excitement, a lot more side-by-side racing, and certainly a few more spills.
Oh, absolutely, Andrew. It's Canadian Tire. As you mentioned, it was a fantastic race number 1. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting to see that much action and that much overtaking already on race number 1. It kind of sets up the mood for the rest of the races, and well, cannot wait to see what drivers are gonna be up to on race number 2.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more good racing throughout the day. It just seems like one of those tracks where you can hold these battles side by side and can have kind of an ebb and flow and whatnot. Here we see, we didn't check the weather in race number 1, but you can see 73 degrees in the air, 105 now on the track as the session changes over to the race instead of warm up there. So a little bit of a warm track. It's going to be interesting, I think, the rest of the day. Let's go ahead and check out our starting grid. Starting on pole, Alistair Hatcher for race number 2 after the invert. Lars Fischer will start from 2nd. Starting 3rd at Sam Smith, 4th Craig Schill, 5th Roger Morton, 6th Adam Fox, one of the biggest beneficiaries, I think, out of this invert, going to be well high up there in a spot that he needs to be in for this amateur class, battling with guys like Craig Schill and Alistair Hatcher. Nick Clibbins starts from 7th. Then it's Douglas Stewart, Duncan Cope, and Thor Tullo back through 10th.
11th place goes the way of Andrew McHugh, and Casper DeCourt is gonna start alongside him. Derry going 12th place. Row number 7, we're gonna have on the inside line the driver of the name Liam Stimson on the 520, and Chris Knox alongside him in 14th place. 15th place, we're gonna have Jamie Gulliford in the 599, and James Neve in 16th place. That's all we have time for.
Already ready for race number 2, just like that. We're off, well, almost off the way. There we go. Race is green. It's gonna be fun. Only 20, oh no, we do get 24 cars now, a few from the pit lane as we head into turn 1 for the first time. And already a side-by-side for the race lead. Lars Fischer going after it. No cars off the track just yet as we head down to Quebec corner. Lars Fischer, your race leader, JP, already eking out that lead over Alistair Hatcher, Sam Smith in 3rd.
Yeah, just a little bit of an advantage you can see on the exit as we have a few cars. Oh, McEwen getting all out of shape but manages to save it as Andrew looks like we're getting quite racy. You can see Thor Tullo losing quite a few spots as he heads down into turn number 4, I guess you could say, and up into turn number 5 as we're almost going 3 wide. Looks like for 2nd as further behind we have a few cars going on the inside.
Spin.
A bit of contact.
Alistair
now.
Hatcher. Alistair goes around, likely with some contact. And we'll drop all the way down to 26th position in car 964. Let's go back and look at it. So this will be kind of how Alistair really drops out of the race lead. You can see Lars Fischer's got the best of him in turn 1, but takes over the race lead there through 2. Sam Smith now working on him. And I thought we'd see a lot more of Alistair here at the start of this race.
Yeah, maybe just taking a little bit cautious, Andrew. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it kind of backfires a little bit. And, well, we're going to see what happened down here. This is down into turn number 4. You can see on the inside, this kind of a trouble spot really goes side by side. Oh, and
Adam Fox.
Yeah, move. They're not going to touch. Oh,
just got loose on his own there on the outside. Got the dirt, and you can see all that jumble with McEwen and Casper.
Wow, indeed, and on the, I mean, kind of stopped at the worst place possible, just on the exit of the apex on, 5C, and I mean, everybody was aiming as we had even more action. Looks like just before the S's.
Yeah, there was a big issue here in turn 8. Craig Schill was part of it, but it starts with James Clark. It looks like James Clark and Nathan Davies. Get another look at this, and then we'll go back to live picture. Nathan Davies, the red car, and the blue and yellow is James Clark. That's not a great angle for us, is it? But they were making contact all the way down to turn 8, and Davies just came over. I think he might have thought he was clear and just completely crashes James Clark. Craig Schill gets a small piece of it and gets turned into the wall there.
Oh, really unfortunate. As you mentioned, I'm pretty sure Nathan just thought he was cleared, but yeah, just really, really unfortunate for all of them. And obviously Craig Schill, I mean, nothing to do with it, Andrew. It looks like for one moment he kind of cleared it, but looks like that was not the case. Sam Smith currently leading Adam Fox for second place. McEwen chasing down Chris Knox. Excuse me, this is gonna be fun. You can see the thumbs up on the bumper, Andrew, of the number 23, and well, looks like we just had a switch. Casper DeCourt passed the number 4 into 6th place.
Casper working on the back end of Chris Knox now. It was a very nice pass. I can't really. I'm not Sasha. What is it? Sasha. What is his name? Why can't I think of it now? Sasha Baron Cohen? Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, Sasha Baron Cohen. For some reason, my brain was saying, no, that's not his name there. But anyways. You get the reference, right?
Yep. No.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'll explain to you between races. But
right,
Andy McEwen here now into the 7th position. Nick Clibbins in 8th. Out of Delmont in 9th, and McNally completes her top 10. Delmont, of course, won race 1, but Lars Fischer looking pretty good out there in front of these guys. These guys are 5 seconds behind Fischer right now.
And this is a really close battle between them. It's pretty much between Chris Knox and all the way down to McNally, separated by around a second, barely. As you can see there, a switch up ahead as well. You can see Casper DeCourt making his way down the inside of Chris Knox. Oh, really tackles that curb. That's really going to help him because that didn't allow Chris Knox to get the best of runs on the exit of 8, and that's going to single foul them. So Andrew,
no, Roger Morton! No contact, thankfully. Spun off of the racetrack and into the pit lane. Oh my goodness. That is killer. That is so unfortunate for Roger Morton.
Really, really unfortunate. He was running such a good position, Andrew. Just heartbreaking.
Was in the 4th position, just behind Adam Fox and ahead of Chris Knox and Casper DeCourt. See in the background where Casper gets on by Knox here. This is into turn 8 for Roger Morton. And he's just going to make a slight mistake here in a moment. Rolls through 9, looks okay, and into turn 10, runs out wide, gets the grass, and brings the rear of that car around.
Well, you could see the weight really pushing the car down to the left, and Andrew, as soon as he touched the brake and turned in the car, I mean, he was already on the grass. Really unfortunate to see that happening. Such an easy mistake as well to happen to anyone, and that's really going to put him well back. Where does he sit currently? Outside of the top 20?
26th. He parked it.
Wow. Oh, man. It's really unfortunate. Really heartbreaking as well. But as we cut further ahead, you can see now Chris Knox, and well, look at behind him, McEwen also helping them, as looks like Delman's going to be left out to dry. Now close the door upon, and you can see the number 4, Andrew. Could he go down the inside of number 5? No. But these two, well, they're going to go side by side. Chris Knox on the advantage on turn number 8. As we head into turn number 9, and he kind of cleared it, and McEwen is not going to fight too hard. Delman is still on the outside, though. These two are going to go at it. Can they make a little bit of contact? No, but Delman now is going to have a really good run on the inside.
Into turn 1, you can see still side by side. Through the exit, Lars Fischer leading. Then it's Fox, then it's Smith. Each of our class leaders. Then these guys jumbling things up further on back as they head through turn 2. Delmont and McEwen side by side. McNally watches on. Clibbins there. Neve is there. Even Stimson is close behind.
I mean, these guys are all... I mean, these guys are touched to nail? I'm pretty sure that's head to toe. I don't know the saying in English. I kind of don't know any saying in English so far. But, well, what I do know, Andrew, is that these guys are still going side by side. You can see Delmont on the inside as we head up into turn number 5. He's going to get the position over McEwen.
Oh, Knox went wide.
Dips the wheel. Dips the wheel onto the dirt. Knox as well goes a little bit wide. And well, Delmont got 2 free positions right there.
McEwen side by side now with McNally as they work up the straightaway. Fischer now with a 2-second lead. Adam Fox on Sam Smith. This is out of turn 8. Side by side for second. They've gotten battling. They've lost an extra second to the leader, and Fox gets in behind Smith. So Smith gets that second spot. This is a look at everybody else heading into turn 8. What a view here from the drones. McEwen ahead of Clibbins and Neve as they start to battle. Meanwhile, Ashley Stimson and Liam Silkstone battling for 13th and 14th. Duncan Cope with them. Douglas Stewart and Alistair Hatcher further back. Jonas Siddons
really-
there.
Looks like the end of the back straightaway, Andrew, is the point to overtake. You can see a lot of moves happening. Fiona Siddons looks like was looking down the outside at one point, and unfortunately
Just got
looks
passed.
like just got past. Oh,
Yeah, that was
just got
Belford going on by. She was behind Stewart and Hatcher. Belford takes advantage of her through turn 10. And really, that kind of calms things down in the back of the field. This is back up a little further.
Yeah, up ahead, things are not calm whatsoever. You can see there, McEwen now looks like he got a really good run on McNally. They're going to go side by side, and it looks like McEwen is even going to clear the number 78 before we head even into turn number 5. McNally's not going to try to hold it around the outside. He's going to stick behind the number 4, trying to get a good line out of Moss corner on the back straightaway. You can see everybody really close. Clibbins as well was really close to number 78. And, well, further ahead, you can see Delmont and Casper DeCourt going side by side. A lot of moves happening at the same time, Andrew. It's kind of difficult to keep focus on each and every single one of them. But, well, we try our best. You can see McEwen still chasing, has a good view of the battle up ahead. Chris Knox debating whether or not he goes 3 wide. He's going to elect to stay behind. And, well, looks like Casper DeCourt is still going to battle the number 77.
Still battling now through the back end of the circuit. 5.5 minutes to go. Casper DeCourt just barely over Adam Delmont. Slinging that car around. Let's go on board here with Adam Delmont in the 5th spot. Oh, here we go. Chris Knox to the inside.
He's going to look down the inside. We're going to have to see on exit who's going to get it. You can see the number 77 really brave on exit, and that's really going to help him to maintain that position. They're going to go side by side now into turn number 2. You can see Chris Knox kind of having to attack Delmont and defend from McEwen at the same time. And while Delmont is going to have the perfect racing line, but now it's Chris Knox's time to battle the number 4. He's going to have the inside line out of turn number 3. It looks like he's going to hold that position, Andrew, but, well, just one mistake, 1 foot wrong, Andrew, and you're going to lose all those spots.
We'll look at turn 4 as there goes that group right over the hill down to turn 5. A good look here as they line up for Moss corner. Single file, thinking better of any kind of moves right now. Still 4.5 minutes to go. There's Chris Knox just behind Adam Delmont, just ahead of Adam McNally. What can McNally do here? He went, well, almost second in that first race, battling with Michael Seal, who is now in 19th spot. It seems like he's one of the stronger drivers as his teammate goes toe-to-toe now with Casper DeCourt.
And they're going to go side by side. Interesting, Andrew. The number 78, I guess, he can just attack at this point, and that's exactly what he's trying to do on Chris Knox. But up ahead, his teammate is battling the number 5 of Casper DeCourt. They're going to go side by side. You can see one teammate on the inside and the other one on the outside. They're going to go tandem. Casper DeCourt is going to have
Chris
the inside
Knox.
line. Chris Knox trying to use the advantage, the pocket, the hole on the air that Casper DeCourt created. Unfortunately, he's not going to take any advantage by it, but he definitely let Delmont know that, well, he's not playing around. He's definitely not going to hold back, and you can see him just pushing the number 78 off.
Contact!
They're going to make a little bit of contact.
What a save!
Save it. Wow.
You just don't do that. Great save from McEwen and McNally there. A little bit of contact on exit. I think McNally came over into McEwen potentially, but either way, they keep racing. Delmont now working on Casper DeCourt. Chris Knox just behind and through that corner. Casper DeCourt a little bit wide. That's going to open the door. Delmont goes on by for 4th. Chris Knox now looks. They get back single file for turn 4.
Yeah, down here is really difficult, especially on this final few laps, to risk it all for a few.
Oh, into McEwen!
Just as I mentioned, he's going
to keep racing, though.
Save.
Wow. The 4 cars in a line now. Delmont, DeCourt, Knox, and Clibbins. It's 4th through 7th. As Smith is still 2nd, Fox is still 3rd. Fisher leading by 3 seconds. McNally further behind these guys. How about Thortillo and Ashley Stimson? They're in a battle. This is for 11th. And they're really the last good battle on the racetrack. Let's see how this goes down to turn number 8.
You can see there Thortillo on the outside. He's going to pretty much get a nose ahead as we head into turn number 8. He's going to go really wide, Andrew. He's trying to look for the exit. Yeah, but unfortunately did not really work. You see, he even tackled quite a bit of the curb. That's going to set him back a few tenths, and Stimson is going to hold this position. Andrew, they're fighting for 11th place, but first place in the Pro-Am class is all the way up into 2nd.
Yeah, but points are points. They need them, especially Thortillo. Thortillo's trying to race Sam Smith for a championship right now. And unfortunately, Sam's getting the better of him week in, week out at this point. I think really shifted momentum at Sonoma. Started the shift there and really continued it last week at Road America. And oh no, Casper to court. Junked.
Yeah, that was a big hit. And, well, that's his race number 2 over, and with only 3 minutes to go.
Oh, it's a hardware failure. Check this
no.
out in a second. Watch car 5 beginning now. Battling here with Chris Knox for the 5th position. Casper had it, Chris wanted it, and out of turn 2, watch the wheels. Lock full left. So Michael Seal last week, Casper to court tonight.
Oh no, that is, oh, you can see the wheel comes straight on back after the crash. Really unfortunate. That is really heartbreaking as well.
That it is. But what that does do is promote all these guys up a spot. So Stimson and Tillo now battling for the top 10. They're still in line. Casper will take the points hit, but everybody else is going to appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely going to help if this allows them, well, allows the rest of the field to catch them back up. Well, so far it's not going to change quite a bit. As you can see, Ford had, a few drivers taking quad the excursion entry. But yeah, as you mentioned, white flag. The leader, 3 seconds clear. He's not going to have a lot to worry about, but some drivers, they need to keep an eye on their mirrors.
White flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams here. You see a lot of the field coming on through to take that final lap. And Sam Smith, Adam Fox, they're still 2nd and 3rd. Easy race for them. They've got plenty of gap back to Delmont for this last lap. The pros are closing in, sure, but I think they've got time. I don't think they're going to catch them. Dorotolo, Ashley Stimson still battling for 10th. A lot of these guys holding steady. We've not seen quite as many battles in this race. I know we had that one big group for most of the race, but we haven't seen as many passes, I feel like, between just 2 or 3 cars. You need to get a group going, it seems, in the second race. It's a little bit different. As there you go, officially white flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams. These are the 2 Liams, Stimson and Silkstone, 13th, 14th. Fiona Siddons working on Alistair Hatcher. This is for 16th. Well up the road, Lars Fisher, as James Clark crashes in the backstretch. Lars Fisher will come on through and collect a win here in a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. A demanding drive. I'm pretty sure he also led each and every single lap, Andrew. You can correct me if I was wrong, but, well, the number 96 had nothing to worry about as he rounds off turn number 10. Takes quite an excursion, but he's going to clear the field by 3.5 seconds. You can see further behind is going to be Sam Smith in 2nd place, Adam Fox in 3rd, then Delma, Knox, Clibbins, and McNally to finish off. Neve, and then McEwen as McNally sets the fast lap of the race on the final lap. What could have been?
Duncan Cope comes across the line in 12th. Stimson hung on just barely over Thortolo there. There was a swap for position for a moment, but Ashley got him back. That's for 10th. Duncan Cope goes 2nd in amateur all the way down in 12th because Adam Fox won in 3rd. And you know what? I even called out Adam Fox on the grid. That was going to be a big invert for him, starting up there with guys like Craig Schill and Alistair Hatcher to battle for the amateur class win. And what do you know? Adam Fox wins in amateur. And Jamie Gulfer will be the final car to finish up this race in car 599. Headed into turn 10 now. A lot of damage on the nose of that car.
Quite a bit of damage, and unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, Andrew, that's going to be the end of the race. That's going to be the last time. Well, he's going to have to see that bumper pretty much destroyed, but now we're going to have to see how many drivers are going to be inverted for race number 3.
Go ahead and get our spinning wheel at the ready for our second invert of the day. It's already spinning. There we go. As we come back from that transition. To find out our second invert, this is for race number 3, of course, and it's going to be a small one. And I think, once again, it is just barely going to say no to Liam Silkstone.
I guess it really does hate him. Wow.
First it was 19 and when he finished 20th. Now it's 12 when he finished 14th. I don't think he's going to be a happy man.
Oh, absolutely not. You can see just how close it was to the number 14, Andrew. And, yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate, isn't it?
We'll come back into the sim here and check out our race results from race number 2. Lars Fisher taking the win, Sam Smith 2nd, Adam Fox 3rd, Adam Delmont 4th, and Chris Knox your top 5.
Sixth place goes the way of Nick Clibbins, McNally in 7th, Neve in 8th, McEwen in 9th, and Ashley Stimson, Andrew, top 10.
Finishing down 11th, you'll find Thortolo and then Duncan Cope in 12th. Those are your top two now out of the invert. Duncan will start from pole, Thortolo second, which means Ashley Stimson will start from third, not Liam. Andy McEwen will start from 4th, James Neve will start from 5th, Adam McNally will start from 6th. So it's going to be a more conventional start to race number 3, much like race 1. So I wonder then if that's actually going to take things kind of back to how we were in race 1. Maybe give us some of that action back. I think race 1 was a better race than race 2, oddly enough. I know there was a great battle for 4th on back, but it seemed like overall race 1 a little bit better. We'll see if we get some of that magic again here in race 3. Liam's, he finished 13th and 14th. Craig Cockrell there 15th, and it's Hatcher, Seal, Siddons, Stewart, and Oliver. So Michael Seal from 2nd to 17th. Not a great adjustment there.
Yeah, but in Jamie Gulliford, he's going to be the last driver to finish on the lead lap. Andrew has Casper DeCourt, Craig Schill, and James Clark. All three of them actually finished one lap down. Glenn Humberson is going to finish in 25th place, Roger Morton 26th, and Nathan Davies in 27th place.
So 27 cars, and well, we've seen plenty of spills. Only 21 finished that race under power. JP, I'm going to ask you again, thoughts so far after 2 races here at Canadian Tire. I think this was, how did we get to Road Atlanta, B-roll? Hang on, let's come back over here. There we go. Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, properly on screen as it should be. I think Mosport was kind of a wild card round that was added for these guys. Not a track I would expect many of these drivers to have a whole lot of experience at, but they seem to be taking it pretty nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we saw more overtakes and more battling on race number 1, but race number 2 I think was full of battles as well. Unfortunately, a few incidents as well, but it was fun. Andrew, I love Mosport. I'm gonna be happy. I don't mind all the racing. It's a fantastic racetrack. These guys, well, they make it even more fun. And race number 3 should be interesting.
Stick around with us here at Pit Stop TV as we get ready for race 3 of round 6. This 2022 spring season of BSR Trophy Tuesdays. 2 more races on the way.
Introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome back to the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. As races 1 and 2 are out of the way, that means race 3 is up next. And the sky may not be changing a whole lot here at virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in the virtual Bowmanville, Ontario. But I tell you what, JP, conditions have changed just a little bit. The wind speed pegged out of the southwest at 30 miles per hour. I noticed the trees waving. Look at those trees.
Yep, I mean, that's gonna be fun.
So race 3, we're gonna have 30 mile an hour wind across the racetrack. Things are gonna be a little bit different, and drivers already coping with it out on the racetrack. Ashley Stimpson currently fastest in warm up, and oh, look at that! Car 77 changes that. Adam Delmont up to the top of the speed charts. James Neve now fastest in car number 7. But of course, this doesn't have any bearing on things other than just seeing who's quickest in these weather conditions within the first couple of laps. And still, there's plenty of time to adjust, of course. And with the race start being changed up, as per usual, their invert, 12 cars being inverted at the front of the field, this is all going to change up just a little bit. As Lars Fischer's out there, Andy McEwen has gotten a few laps and will go back out there. Craig Schill, Fiona Siddons on track. So these guys getting an opportunity is, Fiona Siddons going to take a massive hit there in turn 1, getting one more opportunity to get familiar with the circuit.
Yeah, absolutely, and you absolutely have to, Andrew. If you want to be the best, obviously, if you want to get the best lap possible, and obviously overtake, you really need to know the circuit. You really need to know where overtaking is possible, where you can kind of force your opponent into a mistake. And drivers, they're having an idea in race number 1, race number 2. They had a good idea where moves are going to happen, where they can force the driver into a mistake, and obviously where they could be forced into a mistake. So now we're going to see if what they learned and if they learned it.
Race 3 on the way. And let's go back and, let's check out our upcoming broadcast here at Pit Stop TV for the rest of the week. In case this doesn't quite suit your fancy, in case you leave after this race or whatever, this is what we have coming up this week. It's the Outlaw Sim Series tomorrow evening from the Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt. That's Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern. Then, of course, Thursday, we're right back here with BSRTC Canadian Tire. And Thursday, you can see we have a bit of change in things. We're going out to VIR, Virginia International Raceway, for some North American Racing League action at 8:30 Eastern Thursday evening. That's round 7 for them. And up front here, JP, well, at least one driver not making the call for his invert, that being Duncan Cope. So Thoratullo will start over on pole, take over on pole now, and everybody kind of adjusts from there. So Stimpson will now start 12th, and Silkson will start 13th. And hey, look at that. Red lights are on. That means green lights are on the way here for race number 3, and we are about to get another 15-minute race underway, waiting on Barney the Flagman, and green flag is out on race 3. Chris Knox, a big move there, a bit of a bobble. Fiona Siddons in the dirt. Oh, a sketchy rejoin. She hangs on to it, though.
Yeah, good job of hanging on to it. And you can see we're already going to have a battle for the lead, Andrew, as we head into turn number 4, downhill, up, then into turn number 5. A really fun roller coaster when you get it right, but if you get it wrong, it's absolutely unforgiven. Looks like McEwen is still fighting for 2nd place. He's going to get the position, Andrew. That's a really good place to be. Do we have a bit of contact on Moss corner? Looks like no. And for the as we have one car really going into the dirt, but he saves it.
Portillo side by side with James Neve. This for 3rd. McEwen into 2nd. Ashley Stimpson, your race leader. That's going to change. Here comes McEwen.
McEwen's going to look to the outside of turn number 8. Could he maybe hang it around the outside already on lap number 1? They're going to go side by side through 8. Looks like McEwen is kind of going to be left out to dry. We almost went 3 wide. There you can see Chris Knox trying to get a little bit of the action. That's McNally defending from James Neve, looks like, as we're going to finish lap number 1. Andrew, then, well, the whole top 10 is separated by less than, almost 2 seconds.
Many cars under a blanket here to start off race number 3. Delmont in the midst of it all, right behind Chris Knox there and Thoratullo. They work through turn 2. You can see McNally and McEwen further up. They're doing battle still. Stimson now going to have to deal with car 4. So it looks like James Neave going to work on McNally. McNally sends it into Quebec corner, and it sticks.
Wow, that was brave. That was beautiful from McNally. Now he's going to be in 3rd place, a really good position to be. You can see Stimson really defending from McEwen, already going defensive turn number 4. They're going to maybe door bang a little bit, but McEwen is going to have the inside line from turn number 5, really tackling that curb. Stimson has no answer so far, and 2 laps in a row, Andrew, McEwen has made a move work on turn number 5.
Here we go on board now with Adam McNally. Oh, we've had a problem. Adam Fox has turned around, and oh, Casper to court broadside out of turn 5.
Oh, no.
The field will keep going. We'll keep going. Thortolo in 5th place. A side-by-side here with Stimson and McNally. Ashley Stimson hanging on, but dropping.
Yeah, he's going to be dropping a little bit. You can see 2nd place now having to go defensive. McEwen already with nearly a 2nd gap, and you can see there McNally is going to go down inside of turn number 7. Stimson cannot really hang it around the turn. Well, I take that back, Andrew. He just gets the position back on turn number 10. Beautiful job by the number 504, and he's going to hold for 2nd place. Now McNally, they're going to go side by side. You can see McEwen sets the fast lap of the race. The number 78 goes down the inside. The number 7 tries to follow him, but looks like Stimson is only willing to give out 1 position per lap, Andrew.
Thortolo at the inside. This is about to be a battle for the Pro-Am lead. Ashley Stimson and Thortolo, 3rd and 4th. Delmont and Neve just behind that 544. Thor turning it up in race 3. He was good in race 2. Don't get me wrong, battled there with Ashley for that spot, but so much better here in this 3rd race. And oh, James Neve, what a beautiful move on the inside of turn 3. Goes by the 2 of them.
Really, really good move, and you can see now he's going to be up into 3rd place. Thortolo now, he's going to be battling side by side for the Pro-Am win, and he's going to have the inside line as we head into Moss Corner. Could they make a little bit of contact? No, they keep it very clean. They're still going to be side by side on exit. Looks like Stimson got a better run, though, and you can see Chris Knox maybe trying to push Thortolo. He's going to be holding back a little bit, but Andrew, this is fantastic racing already.
Now the side-by-side is Delmont and Knox. They work up to turn number 8. Stimson with the position currently over Tullo. Clark and Oliver doing battle further back. Great battles throughout the field, but let's go back up front. Chris Knox to the inside of Thortolo, going to try and get that spot away, but we've seen before. Turn 9, sets up for a good turn 10, and whoa! Chris Knox threads the needle in between them. Oh, and he gets turned! Stimson with a little bit of contact. And that is not very nice at all. We've got a big, big junk out of turn 10.
Oh, everybody avoids
Lars
them.
Fisher
Yes.
and Adam Delmont.
Oh, really unfortunate for them. They were running in a really good, strong position, and they're going to be sent all the way to the back of the field. And really unfortunate. Chris Knox currently sitting in 23rd position, Andrew.
17th.
Wait. Oh.
Car number 20.
What did I miss? Oh, car number 20. Wait, who did I misread then? Who was in 23rd? Oh, Casper the Court.
Yeah, Casper
Oh,
right
wow.
down there. But Michael Seal and Nick Clibbins, they're close. This would be for 9th, just inside the top 10. And Ashley Stimson and Thortolo back at it. Side by side out of turn 5. Tullo on the outside. Stimson around the first apex, second apex, still out front. This is for the lead in Pro-Am. 5 Pro-Am cars in a row. Stimson, Tullo, Stimson, Smith, and Silkstone.
Really good. You can see Tullo, Andrew. He's on the middle of a Stimson sandwich right here. And you can see now Liam Silkstone really closing in on Sam Smith just ahead. Could we see a move from Silkstone? Maybe looking to the outside. You can see how defensive Smith is going, really hugging that white line on the inside. And you can see Thortolo looking to the outside of turn number 8 of Stimson. This is for 4th place. This is for the win in the Pro-Am Classic. You see,
and here comes Liam.
Liam Stimson really coming in, and they're going to go side by side. The teammates not quite, because Ashley Stimson, well, he's going to have the inside. Thortolo is going to go a little bit wide. That's going to give him the position. Look at that.
5 Pro-Am cars in a group right here. And actually, Clibbins went on by Silkstone. So, excuse me, that's 4 cars now and a Pro. It was a Liam sandwich for Sam Smith. He was in between the 2 Liams, Stimson and Silkstone. That's since changed. And Sam Smith on the outside. Thortolo's dropped back and forces 527 out wide. The 2 Stimsons now point of this Pro-Am battle. Silkstone to the inside of Clibbins looking for a spot. A lot of these guys are Excite Energy teammates in one way or another, as McEwen is dealing with one of the other teammates. It's McNally. This is for first.
Yeah, this is a good battle for first place. Andrew Neve is just behind him as well, so it could be a 3-car battle for the lead in a few moments time, but you can see right behind, Fortulo is going to lose a position to Sam Smith. That's going to be good for, looks like 6th place and 3rd place over on the Pro-Am class, and you can see further behind Andrew, everybody very, very close. We can see a line up until I think that was Fiona Simmons in 18th place. So a really close battle. You can see now Adam Fox, only 0.3 of a second between him and Alistair Hatcher up ahead. Andrew, I'm liking Canadian Tire. Everybody's so close. No room for errors as we have, looks like a battle for 4th place. The two Simpsons going side by side.
Simpsons going at it in turn 8. Ashley on the right side, Liam on the left side. Oh, and Ashley a bit sideways there. I think Liam was too as they go down to turn 10. Ashley takes the spot back away. Liam out wide, and that brings Sam Smith into it.
It's really close between. You can see now Smith, I guess, I put his car between the Simpsons. There we go. That's what I was trying. But you can see there, Liam
out
to go
wide.
around the outside. Can he save it? Yes. He's going to have to go defensive because Fortulo is going to be trying to look on the outside of turn number 2. Kind of a slide job there from Liam, but he's going to hold that position, Andrew. And you can see Fortulo now losing maybe the position to Liam Silkstone on the outside. This is crazy good racing between the Pro-Ams. I'm loving it.
And our leaders still knows the tail. McEwen, McNally, and Neve, the top 3. They're out in front of that Pro-Am battle we've been watching for multiple laps now. Stimson, Tolo, Silkstone. Michael Seal is in this now. Nick Clibbins. Douglas Stewart not far behind. Then James Clark, Craig Cockrell. They're battling here as well. Mark Oliver gets ahead of Adam Fox. These guys way down the order. Delmont's back here in 20th. Casper DeCord's in 22nd. Lars Fisher 21st. And a change for the race lead side by side.
Side by side, you can see now McEwen is going to have the inside line. McNally is going to go the long way around the outside. They almost make contact. You can see number 4 really throwing the car in there, and McNally is not going to be trying to go around the outside. He's going to look down the inside maybe of turn number 9, but he's going to hold back Andrew. But, well, now McNally, you can see him really throwing that car. McEwen is. You can see pretty much drifting, and that's going to cost him quite a bit because now McNally is side by side, takes the lead on the line, and looks like he's going to clear the number 4.
And he does, takes the spot away. It's Sam Smith now, leading in Pro-Am, by the way. Got the spot over Ashley Stimson, Liam Stimson as well. And still side by side for the race lead. McEwen back to the inside for turn 2. Gets it back away from McNally. They'll go down to Quebec corner. How about our Pro-Ams? Sam Smith still leading side by side between Silkstone and Stimson back here. Liam Stimson, that is the 2 Liam, side by side through Clayton Curve. They work down to turn 3.
They're going to go down to turn 3. You can see the number 520 staying in that position, in that 3rd position in the Pro-Am class, really holding on. And you can see up ahead now, McEwen loses the position to James Neve. He's going to drop to 3rd place as we head into and in the middle of Moss Corner now, looking to the exit, trying to get a good exit, maybe challenge the number 7. Looks like he's not going to be close enough. The one who has to worry, Andrew, is McNally. Nick Neve is only 2.5 tenths behind, and he's really closing. You can see visually how much that front end is really closing up.
Neve now with a look to the left side. Here comes car 7. Trying to make a move for turn 8. McEwen drafting up to these guys. Side by side, 8 will go, and it's car 77 on the inside, 78 rather on the inside. Car 7 on the outside. That's going to switch for turn 9. Neve will be able to dive down to the corner, but look at that. McNally clears him before then. They stay nose to tail, 3 cars deep. Smith still leading in Pro-Am, starting to walk away from the Simpsons a little bit. And wow, this has just been fantastic stuff.
Absolutely, has been absolutely
excellent.
Contact.
No!
But
Clibbins and Seal. This is for 9th and 10th.
This was close between them. Could have ended in tears. Clibbins is going to have the position. Seal is going to have to hold back a little bit. And oh, we have a car going really wide. Is that Thortulo?
Might have been. Here's the battle with Gulliford, Stewart, and looks like Cockrell, actually. I was going to say Knox. Knox is ahead of these guys. Douglas Stewart in 12th, Gulliford in 13th, Cockrell in 15th. All Pro-Ams. As Clibbins and Seal get side by side up ahead. And oh, one of them is slow. That is Clibbins on the inside of the corner.
Oh, just after they made a little bit of contact on the main straightaway, it looks like maybe just a little bit more. Either way, he loses quite a bit of position, as we can see. This battle right here, Andrew, this seems a lot of fun just outside the top 10. And
this seems to be your amateur leader, Craig Schill, in the 17th spot. After Adam Fox won an amateur last race and was third, this is a stark difference. Schill is way down the order, but I don't see an amateur ahead of him at all. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain at this point, he is your amateur leader as Neve and McNally will swap spots again. Here we go, McEwen with him. Neve around the outside of turn 8, McNally on the inside. They switch for 9, still side by side. Neve now going to have to give this up, I think, through turn 10. Yes, he will. Back to our amateur lead, though. This is only a second or so apart. Adam Fox could catch Craig Schill. No, a spin, Clark and Stewart.
No, both of them made contact. They're going to be giving, what, be careful on the read.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Casper to court. Code Brown.
Code Brown, I'm pretty sure his heart went up on his mouth, but no damage. That was a close one, Andrew, but yeah, they're gonna giving everybody 2 free positions, those that were behind them. Obviously, as we have this battle right here, the 504 and looks like the 594, Silkstone and Stimson going at it, chasing Sam Smith, Andrew, well past everybody. This is a battle for second place. Now Silkstone is actually gonna have to defend from the other Stimson right behind. That's gonna be Liam.
And they're all teammates as well. They're all under the Excite banners. Oh, the Stimpsons both went out wide. Silkstone goes on by. Now Ashley going to work on Liam's Silkstone, while Liam Stimpson is further. This is getting confusing now. I hear some crashing behind. I'm not sure who that is. That might have been Craig Cockrell as he's slow out of turn 5. Delmont
Lars
goes
Fisher
by. Clemens as well. You're right. Lars Fisher with problems in turn 5. Big problems. That car is definitely damaged. Let's go back to the race lead. Neve and McNally as McEwen trying to give a bit of an aid there to car 7. McNally's still there. No contact. They're going to crash. McEwen's going to go on by.
No. As we're going to enter the final lap of the race, McEwen unfortunately has contact with Neve, who's going to be dropping.
No.
Well,
McNally made contact. McEwen goes by.
Oh, McNally, yeah. Oh, yeah, true. All right, a lot of MCs, Andrew, on the beginning of the name. I'm getting confused as well. McEwen is going to take the lead. McNally made a bit of contact, and Neve is going to drop all the way down to 11th place. Well, that was, McEwen is definitely not going to complain about that.
Andy's just got to be perfect to get back to the start-finish line. That's all he's got to do here, and this is a big race win. McNally could go second or third for the second time today. He was almost second in race 1, ended up going third to Michael Seal, but this is really big, I think, for McEwen if he holds on for this race win. Got a race win at Road America last week. He's in a position where he can make some damage, make some inroads here, especially against McNally in the pro points, but it's going to take a lot more of these kinds of wins like this. This is the start of, I think, maybe a comeback for him. It is the white flag presented by Whiplash Simcams. Looking at the Pro-Am battle further back. Boy, is it a big one. Sam Smith now to 3rd place. Liam Silkstone in 4th. And it's Liam Stimson, Dortillo, and Ashley Stimson back side by side again. Said that a lot today. And it's 3 wide.
We could go 4 wide, but some drivers, well, smartly not going for it.
Oh, you say that as Michael Seal tries to test that
almost.
theory.
Yeah, almost went 4 wide, but you can see
here we go for the Pro-Am win.
Contact. Oh, this is for the win. You can see Sam Smith and Liam Silkstone going at it. Third, number 9. You can see one car on the grass, but on this battle, it looks like Sam Smith is going to win out as McEwen wins overall. And the race is going to be a drag race to the line, but the number 527 has the advantage. And oh boy, Andrew, that was a fantastic race.
Sam Smith is definitely, I think, the favorite for the Pro-Am Championship after today. Already was, potentially after Road America last week. He has really turned something around recently. He has just gotten so good lately. I don't know what it is.
I mean, he would pretty sure be thanking you, Andrew, because, yeah, I mean, he was really good. And, well, we're going to have to wait and see if the form continues. We definitely hope so.
He's almost at a pro level at this point. He is so close. I guess that's the point of Pro-Am. You're right in between, right? Chris Knox with a penalty in this race will go down to 21st in the order. Yeah. That's certainly one way to do it. So you can see kind of the order there. We'll come back to the results in a second. They're going to crash after the race. Just having some fun out there. Well, let's go ahead and get our invert ready here, JP, for the final time today. Set our final starting grid. this afternoon at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Let's go ahead and give that wheel a spin. First it was 19, then it was 12. Silkstone has not been the beneficiary of either one of those, and now it might be 19 again, and I think it will be. Yes, it is.
So 19 on the first race, 19 on the third race, and yeah, that's going to make things fun once again.
That will keep Lars Fischer and Chris Knox out of the invert, and what that really does is with Chris Knox's penalty, where he drops all the way down to 21st, even despite finishing around the 10th position, I want to say, he's going to promote Mark Oliver to the pole now for a final race of the day. He goes 19th, does Mark Oliver. Let's go ahead and check out our full race results. At least in a second.
I was gonna say, in race number 3, Andrew, we're gonna have the number 4 of Andy McEwen winning that race after the small contact, but, well, kind of a big contact if you take the contest of the race between McNally and Neve. Sam Smith is going to win the Pro-Am class in 3rd place. Liam Silkstone is going to finish in 4th. Liam Stimpson is going to finish in 5th. Ashley Stimpson right behind in 6th. Thor Tulo in 7th. Michael Seal in 8th. Jamie Gulliford in 9th. And James Neve in 10th place.
Finishing 11th, you'll find Adam Delmont. Then it's Nick Clibbins in 12th, Craig Cockrell 13th, and Craig Schill does win an amateur quite a ways over Adam Fox by the end of it. Casper DeCourt there way down in 16th spot. Alistair Hatcher 17th, James Clark 18th, and Mark Oliver, as I mentioned, promoted to 19th. That is good enough for pole in race number 4. Lars Fischer there will take a top 20.
21st place goes the way of Chris Knox after his penalty. Fiona Siddons, unfortunately, is going to finish in 22nd. Douglas Stewart in 23rd. Glenn Humberstone 24th. And Roger Morton in 25th place.
Fantastic stuff there in race 3. A couple of cars didn't quite make it. I know Duncan Cope said he had to run, but had a great start to the day. Really, really interesting 3rd race. And at the front of it all, there's 1 4-car. Andy McEwen picking up a pretty pivotal race win, I think, in the season. Andy, that's a big one.
Yeah, I don't quite know what to say after that. I was a fortuitous win, shall we say. I mean, honestly, I was just trying to help James win it. James is doing better in the points than I am by quite some bit, and he could have done with the win. But yeah, as it happens, things didn't quite work out that way, and yeah, I could do with a win myself as well, so I'm not going to turn it down.
So how do you try and come back for race 4 now? You're going to be starting 19th, and you're in a spot where you could put points together and try and go for at least 2nd. We'll see how the drops go with Jason, but you could go at least for 2nd, but you're going to need to really capitalize, I think, on this final race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've come through the pack a few times tonight. I've actually got really good speed tonight, weirdly. It's not a track I normally do well at. So, yeah, just full attack, try and get my way through to the front. There's usually a bit of carnage at the front. Certainly there has been in the last couple of races. So, yeah, I'm aiming for the podium again. I think I've got the speed to do it. It's just about safely negotiating those midfield battles.
So Andy McEwen, 6 laps led in that race. Back and forth there with McNally and Neve. Congratulations, buddy. Race 3 goes your way. We'll see what race 4 can do for car number 4.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Looking forward to it.
And McEwen with a big race win there. I think that's pretty important for him. Again, I think that's pretty pivotal for his season, and potentially pivotal for this guy who goes 2nd in this Pro-Am battle. JP, you always like talking to him. It's Liam Silkstone.
So Liam, once again, talking to me. I mean, that was a pretty fun race from our point of view. How about yours?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Having an argument with all my teammates because they wouldn't let me past, but it's fair racing. It's one of them. Sorry, I giggle there. Yeah, I'm trying to fight with my teammates. I'm like, we're not teammates, but we are teammates. But end of the day, you got to have a good race. And I think I crashed into Liam, but yeah, it's one of them, innit? I enjoyed it, and I was going to try and take 3rd, but it didn't work.
And how do you tackle those teammates battles? Are you guys always talking on Discord, or is it pre-race agreement?
No, we try and talk in Discord, but for some reason, me, Liam, Ash, Nick wasn't too bad, and Sam, we all just went quiet as we were racing each other. Liam had a bit of a wobble, and he let me have it back, and it was just like that. And then we went 3 wide, and I was like, no, let's not do this. But yeah, it's one of them. No team orders.
All right, that's what we like to see. And on race number 4, what are your expectations finishing off the day? How fun is it, and what do you expect?
I've not got a clue. Race 1, me and Fiona decided we wanted to face the wrong way more times than facing forwards. Race 2, I only just missed out on the reverse because everyone else crashed. And race 3, I think the toe pulled me along, to be fair. I shouldn't be at the front, so I'm just going to see if I can finish.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to keep an eye out for you. I'm going to knock on wood to hopefully not curse you this time around, but Well, we're gonna keep an eye out for you, and hopefully we can talk to you at the end of race number 4.
Hopefully. Also on the stream, if you fancy having a laugh, I know you've just had Andy McEwen's interview. Have a look at the back of his car. We've sort of changed it. We've put a name on there. See if he notices.
Andrew, get a close up.
I can't see your stream on them. We kept winding him up because it kept saying Amy on the back of his car. So we changed it to Soph because he kept whinging.
I guess that works.
I'm missing something here.
Back left corner.
Well, I see it. I'm missing something.
So on the old pen it said Amy, and we kept winding him up, so we've changed it to Soph to see if he'd noticed. He hadn't noticed. So Andy, if you're watching the stream back, enjoy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he is. You know, whenever I mentioned something about him, in race 1 I said he got the suck from Casper to court. He was sure to give me a message and let me know that he found that one comical. I was just saying he got the draft. I don't know what everybody else is on about. He just got a draft on the backstretch. But Liam, I appreciate your time big time, and best of luck to you in race 4.
So, thank you for that one.
I think he's one of the jokesters of the field. You know what? If we could get him a clown car for next week, or maybe a shoe car, paint his car like a shoe, Team X site. Can we do that? He seems to be the jokester of the field, but we've got race 4 on the way here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Andy McEwen wins race 3. Sam Smith wins in Pro-Am, while Craig Schill takes top honors in Am, and we'll be right back in just a few moments from the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome back to the virtual Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Warm-up is expiring here as we get ready for race number 4 from the virtual of Bowmanville, Ontario. Races 1 through 3, fantastic, exciting stuff. Delmont, Fisher, and McEwen, your winners in those races. And JP, look at this. The sun is setting on the evening, the sun is setting on the racetrack, and I think the excitement is about to ramp up.
Oh, absolutely. Final race, Andrew, final opportunity for these drivers to, well, get a bit of action, smile a little bit more, laugh a little bit more, and obviously get a whole lot of points. So it should be very, very exciting indeed.
As we get ready for the final run of the day, JP, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who wins it?
I don't know.
Are we meditating a little bit? Come on, you
Yeah, a
can
little
pick.
bit.
Pick a driver out of the bunch.
Chris Knox finished outside of the 19th. Goddamn it. Not Liam Stimson. Oh, God. I don't know, Andrew. Stop doing this. I don't know. That was a bit of panic over there.
As we get ready for the 4th race of the day, let's go ahead and get down to the flag stand and see this field getting ready. Mark Oliver on pole, James Clark second, then Alistair Hatcher, Casper DeCourt, and Adam Fox, your top 5. I think Casper DeCourt is a really good pick from 4th. I think that might be your winner pick of the day as we get ready for our 4th race on the evening. Waiting on the red lights to go out, the green lights to turn on, red lights are done, green lights out, green flag is out for race 4 at Canadian Tire. Cars out in the grass. Oh, big contact for, I think, Fiona Siddons. Yes, it is Fiona Siddons. Hard on the wall as we head down to turn 2.
Terrible start of the race for her. You can see the rest of the field making their way out of turn number 2 into turn number 3.
Big contact. Casper DeCourt and James Clark. I
Massive.
may have just jinxed Casper. We don't know yet.
No, I mean, he's still pointing the same direction, Andrew. He still looks like in 5th or 6th place, but oh, unfortunately, that was a big mistake. You see Delmont already challenging. Looks like for 2nd place.
Our race leaders clear these guys by a mile. Mark Oliver leading through turn 5, and he spins!
No.
You're
No.
kidding! Out of the race lead, Mark Oliver goes around in turn 5. The car over-rotated at the 2nd apex, and he goes in the dirt. Now our top 4 in line. It's Delmont, Neve, DeCourt, and Hatcher. Jamie Gulliford and Craig Schill just behind as they work down the Mario Andretti straightaway. The turn 7. Now looking for turn 8.
Gonna see over here, we're gonna see a bit of action. The battle for the lead side by side through turn number 8. There's still, I think, gonna be side by side through turn number 9, as that has been the norm. No, not quite. Looks like Neve gets the position over Delmont. Casper DeCourt pushes Delmont, and that's gonna be his race, I think.
Adam Delmont in the wall there. He's got a lot of damage, it looks like, on the left side of his car. Lap 1 goes complete. Let's go ahead and get a replay of what just happened. For about the entire field, anyway. Go all the way back to the start, or at least close to it. Kind of see what happened. Let's see what happened on the exit of 1 if we can. It's very tough to say. We'll go with the field here, though. So really, the first big one is James Clark and Casper DeCourt. Then Casper DeCourt is involved in another incident out of turn 9. What happens here? Clark kind of coming over. Yeah, I got to put that one on James Clark. He just did not make the racing line.
Yeah, I think he went a bit too wide, and there was nothing the number 5 could do over there. And yeah, he's just going to carry on. Looks like on that incident entry, looks like the number 5 did not carry any sort of damage whatsoever. You can see now the leader is Mark Oliver. I'm pretty sure he just goes a bit wide.
Oh,
He clips, yeah, he clips the dirt, and he's going to spin out. You can see Dalmon takes over the lead. And then he's going to battle with Neve, and then the number 5, unfortunately, makes a little bit of contact with him.
This is, again, a replay of lap 1, back half of the lap. And you can see these guys just in order, trying to get the draft going, trying to get the race going, really. Not a whole lot happening yet. Neve gets that run to the inside, or I guess the outside, really, of Delmont for turn 8. Casper DeCourt closes up. And then Casper is going to make contact here with Delmont. Delmont gets sideways through 8. Saves it there. Beautiful save from him. And then loose again and, well, off the bumper. At that point, he got loose onto Casper. I can't put that incident really on Casper DeCourt.
Yeah, I don't think so. If he got loose and kind of just, you know, really there was a massive speed difference in a short amount of time. There was nothing we can kind of, you know, put a blame on the number 5. There was no reaction time. And unfortunately, Dalmon, a really strong contender for the race victory, Andrew, finds himself already out of the race. And the number 5, who you bet was going to win race number 4, well, he's close on second place.
I thought I jinxed him on lap 1. He got through 2 incidents, and, well, he's still going. Battling here with James Neve, as we've got Liam Silkstone in trouble. Lars Fischer as well.
Looks like both of them just with trouble on the exit of 3. And, yeah, looks like these two are still going to add it, Andrew. And the exit of Moss Corner, the number 5 got a really good run. And we're just going to have to wait to see, will he push the number 7 to try and clear from Gulliford right behind, or will he go for a move early on? Well, that's our answer.
Casper DeCourt going to take it out to the left side here of James Neve as they work down to turn number 8. Beautiful side-by-side battle here. Going to bring Jamie Gulliford into the conversation. Adam Fox, once again, leading an amateur inside the top 5. Stimson would be Gulliford's nearest competition. On Hatcher would be Fox's nearest competition, as that is a lead change. Casper DeCourt up to the top spot. But 3 teammates in line. Not his own teammates. 3 teammates all in line here. Neve, Gulliford, and Seal.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 3 teammates probably not going to fight too hard, Andrew, especially if Casper up ahead. I say that, obviously, Ben, they might as well fight. You can see Adam Fox now sets the fast lap of the race. He's currently in 5th place as well. A really good race from him.
Yeah, he's got that draft off of those guys.
Yeah, really good, and he's just going to hold on for this 5th place for as long as he possibly can. His closest competition is going to be Alistair Hatcher in an 11th place, so he has a good buffer, and you can see right behind quite a few action points.
Stimson on Knox here. This is for the 8th position. And I realize I didn't explain this to you yet, JP, between races. On the back end of the 23 car is a picture of Sasha Baron Cohen. I got to get that name down. It's a reference to the Borat movie. So if you haven't seen the Borat movies, that would do it. But that he's got Borat on the side. But I think just if he just had Sasha Baron Cohen, there we go, on the back of his car, I think that would be a joke enough. That's a funny livery. I like to see that one. People do joke liveries all the time, and sometimes they're a bit inappropriate, but that one's just kind of funny. I like it.
I like it too. It's a fun one. I knew the movie, I just didn't know the actor name, so now it makes a whole lot more sense. But, yeah, thank you for explaining.
Gulliford and Neve battling up here for the race lead with Casper DeCourt. Seal sitting back of him. And Andy, who is in with James Neve and Michael Seal and Jamie Gulliford in Time for Fun on BSRTC Thursdays, was trying to help James in that last race, trying to get him that race win, talking about how important it is for his season, as McEwen is slow now. His left front suspension has just been collapsed. Well, that's some timing to bring him up. Just won race number 3, and unfortunately race number 4, he is done for.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be it for his race. Really unfortunate as well, Andrew. It shows how quickly you can turn from, well, the race winner to, unfortunately, another DNF.
Let's see what happened to him here. We'll join these guys in turn 5 in Moss Corner. You can see the 4 car. Well, he's already exited, and I mean, he looks fine at this point, so something's got to happen in turn 8. But I was mentioning the fact that Andy was trying to help James in that last race, get him the race win. James comes into today second to Jason Cooper, and this is a great opportunity, albeit before drops, to make up a lot of points. on Jason Cooper. So this was a fantastic opportunity for Neve. I think that's why you see his teammates trying to help him out further ahead. But what happens here with McEwen? Clibbins there on the left side. Is there contact out of this corner? I would imagine so. And Clibbins comes over. Yeah, he never made the corner, and that's unfortunate for Andy.
Really unfortunate. That was, I mean, I think it was a hard contact, but I don't think we've ever seen one contact like that. It completely collapses the suspension. Luckily for him,
Not often.
he was close to the pit lane. And did he come back to the circuit, or unfortunately is that a DNF?
He's parked.
Oh,
So now that you mentioned it, 6 cars are parked so far in this 4th race. Those are McEwen, Oliver, Stimson, Clark, Delmont, and Siddons, down through 24th position. Liam Stimson, Chris Knox battling here. This is for 6th and 7th. Nick Clibbins there as well as they come across the start-finish line to complete lap number 5. We're expecting 10 laps. We haven't even talked about that part yet. These are 10-lap races with the 15-minute race lengths. Here's a couple of teammates working on Thortullo. Sam Smith and Craig Cockrell, teammates underneath the Excite banner, trying to get on by. All 3 of them Pro-Ams.
Yeah, this is a good little battle right here, and you can see out of turn number 2, still side by side, and that's the trend we have seen, Andrew. Drivers, well, they're not afraid to go side by side. Well, corner in, corner out. You can see now Sam Smith has the advantage as we head out of turn number 3, and well, looks like behind him, his teammates is really gonna battle with Thortullo. That's Cockrell on the outside of turn number 4 right here. On the downhill up, he's gonna have the inside line. Number 5,
Alistair Hatcher!
A bit of a bump, and that's gonna hurt his teammate. And you can see while right behind are really good. I mean, really switch up positions. And look at that Craig Schill, Andrew. Absolutely amazing. Gets a fantastic run and just drives on by.
Alistair Hatcher punches Craig Cockrell on by his teammate and then loses spots. That's not how you want that to go. But hey, they keep racing. They get through it. Here's a 3 wide. Liam Stimson, Nick Clibbins, and Chris Knox. Stimson slides in behind with Adam McNally just behind him. This is inside the top 10. Knox, that blue car, is 6th. Clibbins is 7th. Stimson is 8th, and McNally 9th.
You can see McNally's going to look down the inside of Stimson's as we head into turn number 1, Andrew. Is the 520 going to fight hard for it? He takes quite a bit of wider line, and it looks like he's just going to give that position early on to the number 78. He's currently in 2nd place in his class, so that's a really good result for him so far. And you can see that the number 982 of Craig Schill just on the picture. Now back to Liam Stimson. Goes a bit wide. He's going to fall under pressure from Sam Smith right behind Andrew. This is going to be a good little battle to watch. As up ahead, Chris Knox still defending from Nick Clibbins.
Just good stuff in this line of cars in your midfield. Really good battling throughout. If we go back up to the front, though, Casper DeCourt still leading the race. Just over 3 Time for Fun motorsport cars. And Adam...
I mean, this is a really good battle. A 5-car battle for the lead, Andrew. I mean, are we ever going to complain about that?
Certainly not, especially when one of them is an amateur driver in car 966. Adam has got this stuff figured out. And I think really he's just using the draft to hold with these guys. He knows at some point this formation will fail to hold. They will get side by side, they will race, and he'll be able to take advantage of at least somebody here, I would imagine, and go for 4th.
Remember, if he was watching the previous race, he knows that McEwen won the race from 3rd place heading into the Yeses. So, you know, things could change. As you can
Chris
see.
Knox sideways in 9. He goes out and hits the wall.
Oh, he taps the wall a little bit. He
More
rejoins.
contact. Gets into Liam Stimson. Sam Smith goes on by. And Stimson comes back and hits him. Stimson's in the wall. His race is just about done after that. Big time suspension damage. Knox will keep going.
I mean, oof. That's a difficult one, but Chris Knox looks like he has a bit of damage. You can see the wing mirror just holding on for dear life on the right-hand side of that car. But, yeah, he drops from 6th place all the way down to 10th. And, well, Stimson is going to drop all the way, it looks like, to 15th or 16th place.
That car is damaged on both sides. But, hey, the suspension components, they're pointing at least mostly straight. Seems like that wheel is mostly straight for him, so he's going to keep going. He's still after it. McNally now working on Clibbins further ahead.
He's definitely not going to give up and battle up ahead for 6th place. Now Clibbins was attacking Chris Knox for the longest of time. Now he's going to have to defend from the number 78. He has no help up ahead from Slipstream, so it's going to be him punching the air versus the 78 right behind him on clear air with less than 3 minutes to go. Does the number 78, does McNally go for a move? As you can see, Neve just took the lead of the race. It looks like he's going to be going side by side. Now McNally, will he push Nick Clibbins? Looks like that's going to be the case, Andrew, so he's probably waiting up until the last lap of the race.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Casper to court. James Neve, they're side by side now. Pick up this battle for the win. Jamie Gulliford falling back to 4th in line. I think just letting the pros go after it. Adam Fox there as well. That's a really good strategy, I think, for those two cars, for a Pro-Am and an AM, to just sit back at these guys and let them battle. Here's the onboard, though, with Casper to court. Up over the hill to go down to the Clayton corner is 107 miles an hour when he lifts for turn 2. Barely lifts, gets back in it. 108, 109. Nearly 110 before turning in for turn 3.
Really fast, even on the Miatas, Andrew. And that's just setting up the ground. You can see now exiting turn 3, really close to the grass on the outside. He's going to take the racing line. You can see how close Neve is. This is, I mean, top-notch pressure from the number 7. You can see the number 5 kind of takes a wider line as we head up into the Moss corner. Be careful not to run too wide. They all pretty much take the same line, but looks like the number 7 took a wider line. This could help him on the exit.
1 minute and 30 seconds to go. 90 seconds. Time is ticking here. We're going to get the white flag this time by. These laps are about 90 seconds apiece, 92 seconds apiece as it is. Adam Fox, what does he do here? As we start to see, Neve goes to the outside. This is for turn 8. I would not have tried this lap. I would have waited till the next lap, but Neve to the left side hangs with him here through 8. Still there for turn 9. Not able to complete the pass just yet.
I'm really surprised how well Casper de Court can hold that around the outside of turn 9, but you can see on the exit, looks like he's going to be forced to go defensive as Barney is waving the white flag, Andrew. That means only 1 lap to go as these drivers are going to go at it.
James Neve good on the exit of 1. Pulling back up to Casper de Court. Not going to try on the outside of 2. That would surely be a bad idea. Right back to the apex there. That was not a clean corner from either one of these two. Both offline, but Neve has the better of it. Down to Quebec corner. This is for the final race of round 6 here in BSR Trophy Tuesdays. Race number 4 comes down to this.
Comes all down. You can see on the exit turn 4, the number 7 once again has a bit better line. He's going to go alongside Casper de Court as we head down into turn number 4, lining it up for Moss corner. You can see James Neve kind of holds back, Andrew. He's waiting for the final lap. One last opportunity. Casper de Court gets a bit out of shape mid-corner. That is going to hurt his exit as we now enter the back straightaway for the final time today. Who's going to win? Is it going to be the number 5? Is it going to be the number 7? As we have the confirmation white flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams. Neve is coming.
Makes the move there. Seal will go with. It's 2v1 down the backstretch to turn number 8. Casper de Court on the inside. Teammates are on the outside. Gulliford tries to help. Seal is there. Neve, though, trying to take this win in the final race of the day. To the apex of turn 9 is going to give it a shot. Stays on that curbing. Is he going to make a move in turn 10? Does he try and use the bumper? It's not going to work, and Casper de Court will take the final race of the day at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
What a battle between these two. Michael Seals going to end up finishing 3rd. Gulliford is going to finish 4th to win the Pro-Am class. Oh, as Chris Knox is spun around on the exit of the final corner. He didn't cross the start-finish line, I don't think, Andrew.
Not yet, and he will tow and take a big hit to his result. I must say, what I love most about that race right there is despite James Neve really needing a race win, they did it clean.
Absolutely. No shenanigans, I guess you can say, Andrew.
There was no contact, no nothing. They did it clean.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure there was only 0x ghost contacts among those two. What a fantastic battle between two great drivers.
Watch it back here. This is the battle for the race win on the final lap. Casper de Court there through turn 5. And here, I thought Neve, he could have gotten there, honestly. I think he could have gotten there on the second apex of 5 and gotten him loosened up. And that really would have set up for a good backstretch here for Time for Fun. But could have Casper done something by turn 8? Maybe. So you choose not to there. So then you try in turn 8 here. He goes left with Michael Seal in behind. Brings his teammate and just Seal wasn't able to do enough for him. I think he needed more help here by turn 8 to get more of an overlap, more of an advantage by turn in. He was close, but just he's too wide there. Nearly gives the spot back and didn't attack turn 9 well enough, I don't think. He was close, James Neve, but he just never got aggressive enough those last few corners.
Yeah, and I mean, it could have gone both ways. He could have taken the lead, but he also could have, be taken out or took out himself if he was a bit too aggressive, Andrew. He's not going to be happy. I don't think 100% happy because he didn't win the race, but I'm pretty sure, finishing a solid second place with a really fun battle all race long, that's something nice to take home.
That it is, as we get ready for our race results then here. JP, 24 cars in race 4. This is how they finished.
Casper the Court, as we mentioned, the number 5 wins race number 4. James Neve finishes just barely 0.2 of a second behind him. Michael Seal finishes in 3rd. Jamie Gulliford in 4th to win the Pro-Am class. Adam Fox finishes in 5th place to win the amateur class as well. 6th place goes away off Adam McNally ahead of Sam Smith, Nick Clibbins, Thor Tulo, and Douglas Stewart.
Finishing 11th, you'll find car 982, Craig Schill, who goes 2nd in amateur competition today, at least in our final race. Liam Simpson goes 12th, Lars Fisher 13th, Alistair Hatcher 14th, and it's Liam Silkstone in the 15th spot, 17 seconds behind our race leaders. Glenn Humberstone and Craig Cockrell finish up on the lead lap, and Chris Knox with that toe at the end will go 18th ahead of Andy McEwen and Ashley Stimson.
21st place goes the way of Mark Oliver ahead of James Clark, Adam Delman, and Fiona Siddons.
24 cars there in that final race. We dropped a few over the course of the day, but a couple of them had things to go attend to. How about the rest of the schedule then here, JP, for Miatas? We've got Watkins Glen International with the Cup layout, the shorter layout there. That's going to be a draft battle once again. Then the same thing for Road Atlanta, Daytona, Sebring. A lot of drafting here in the Miatas. That's how it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. That's going to bring the whole field back together once again, I feel like, Andrew. So, I mean, if we liked what we saw today, I mean, I guess we can expect more of the same. Crazier moves, maybe. Higher speeds, higher differences of speeds. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
And it seems like nobody wants to talk to us after that 4th race of the day. So what we'll do is go through our upcoming broadcast list one more time. This is what we have this week. So this is kind of a preview of, well, as per usual, a preview of what's going on the rest of the week. Again, Bristol Dirt tomorrow night with the Outlaw Sim Series. No more racing today here at Pit Stop TV. Last week, we crowned champions in the North American Racing League Porsche Cup Series. So if you missed that, well, I invite you to go watch it later this evening and watch it back. So tomorrow evening, Outlaw Sim Series, Bristol Dirt. Then Thursday afternoon, we're right back here at Canadian Tire with BSR TC before Thursday evening. We have that double again on Thursday, where we're keeping that for 2 more weeks with the North American Racing League at 8:30 Eastern from Virginia International Raceway. JP, plenty of ways to follow along.
Absolutely. You can follow us on all social media, facebook.com/pitstoptv, twitter.com/pitstoptv_, instagram.com/pit_stop_tv, and youtube.com/pitstoptv1.
Now, one driver did make his way down here to JP. He wants to talk to you so badly. Nearly won that race, and it is driver 7, James Neve.
So James Neve came also close to winning race number 4, but a fantastic race-long battle seemed like with the number 5. How was it?
Yeah, it's a good race. I tried a few times, but I just couldn't quite. I didn't have it in that last sector. But yeah, good race. Well done, Casper.
And how was it that you kept your teammates behind? Was it a bit of team orders, or was it just?
It wasn't really team orders. It was just like, just if there's an opportunity there, they'll go for it. But I tried not to give them the opportunity.
Oh, fair enough. There you go.
There's no team orders. It's not with Michael.
Very good. And, well, you said you didn't have on the last sector. How difficult overall was the track here today?
It wasn't too bad. Race 1 was better, but the times wasn't that far off, really, were they? So, it wasn't that bad, really.
And looking towards next week at Watkins Glen, sorry. What are your expectations?
Just keep finishing. Try and aim for top 5s, really. That's the plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the plan to finish in the top 5, and who knows, maybe you're gonna win all 4 races over there next week, but oh, that's gonna be next week. With that being said, James, I'm gonna let you focus for next week, and hopefully we can talk to you then.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you. Catch you later.
Absolutely, James. And Andrew, that looks like a happy James Neve. Finished 2nd place, very close to winning race number 4.
And that's, I think, one of the first times we've ever spoken to James Neve. I don't recall talking to him very often. I don't think it's the first time, but one of the first times still that we've ever spoken with James. So it's good to talk with him here after race number 4. 40 laps of racing then in. I know it looks like we can go ahead and get one more driver. It looks like Craig Schill in the waiting. And Craig, I know you took at least one class win today. It was not so, though, in race number 4. What was going on for you in the deep field?
I keep getting penalties from the week previous, so I missed qualifying, so I can't get up the grid. That's as simple as I can put it.
You know, we don't talk about the penalties too much on the broadcast. That happens in between races and is handled by the stewards. How big of a deal is that for a driver? Obviously, not being able to qualify, that's a big impact. How big of a deal is that each time you unload and you know that you can't go qualify, you've got to come from the back, and how does it change your approach?
You just got to make the best of the bad situation. You can deal with it if it's just a qualifying ban, then it's all right, because you just start back and then hope you kind of hope for the spinny wheel to go in your favour. It's when you get like me and Mark Oliver had a pit lane start in race 2. So I benefited by being put up to about 4th, I think it was. But I couldn't capitalise on it because I had to start from the pit lane. So that's how it works. But you take it on the chin.
And is there kind of a moment of anxiety as, whenever these guys get on for their steward meetings? You ever watch those live when they do that? Or do you just wait for the report to come out and see what you have to deal with?
Sometimes I watch them live. Other times if I get one, I get one. 9 times out of 10 I know I've done something stupid in the week previous, or I know I possibly could get one. It's racing. That's as simple as you can put it.
Well, hey, on a happier note, you're still ahead of Alistair Hatcher for the lead here in amateur. How do you go into Watkins Glen next week? It's going to be a draft battle on the shorter course. Is there any kind of specific approach, or just go out there and send it?
Yeah, stop giving him tips. I think I've given him too many, because suddenly he's gone from being way back to nipping at me tailpipe. No, he's doing really well. And to be fair, I'd rather lose to my teammate than lose to somebody else. So if he does get it, then he gets it fair and square. We work well together.
It seems like it. You guys are controlling this amateur class this season and doing so quite nicely. Congratulations on another class win out there. I think 2nd in that last race. Certainly points going your way, the win you needed to put this amateur championship together and go after Pro-Am next season maybe. So again, Craig, congratulations. We'll talk to you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you very much.
Craig Schill doing what he needs to do there in car 982, as he usually does. He just is always quiet, puts nice rounds together, doesn't always go his way, but always seems to do at least pretty respectably here in BSR. And JP, that will do it for us this evening from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. We looked at our upcoming broadcast. Let's remind you again, next one up is tomorrow evening, the Outlaws Sim Series at Bristol Dirt at 7:30 Eastern. But until then, thank you so much for tuning in. For all of us here at Pit Stop TV, it was just myself and JP Costa on the mic today, but a whole lot of other people make things happen. Emerson Arden, Devin Zimmerman, Ed Schurer, Zach Lindgren, Zach Murtis, so many great people making things happen here at Pit Stop TV. It's always appreciated. It's such a fantastic effort. Great things that we're able to do here as a result of everybody's effort week in, week out. That will do it, though, from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. We invite you to, again, tune in tomorrow evening for Outlaws action from Bristol. Until then, have a great night, and we'll see you there.